We weren't exactly sure how they were going to do it, but we kept holding out in the hope that something would be done. That hope was fulfilled on June 27th. It is with elated joy that we can confirm that the latest Oculus 1.38 update has cleaned up the Rift S tracking issues we discussed in our previous video. As a quick recap, we'll bring in our graphics from before. Here we have a semi-auto rifle, which is very similar in appearance to many of the full auto service weapons found in FPS games, such as Onward, Contractors, and Pavlov. This hold could include most machine guns in our games. We'll overlay some of the main components of the rifle in yellow: the barrel, butt, and grips. The green markers represent our natural line of sight. Now we'll transition into a VR pose that we typically have when using the Rift S. When we bring back the stance we captured from reality, we can see very little deviation between the hand and eye overlays in our pose. We can keep the form tight, with arms pulled in close to the body and dominant hand close to the face. Take special note with how close our dominant hand resides next to the headset. This is where we were seeing a loss of tracking before the latest software update. As you can see in these videos, this has most assuredly been addressed. Before, using optics left a huge disadvantage on a player. This too is no longer the case. Being able to pull the hand in, we have a much wider eye relief. The most obvious improvement comes with magnifying scopes. As you can see, fluid motion and precise aim is no problem. As always, pistols still work great. Tracking is so good now that we're able to use bows like games in Death. We're able to hold them correctly and, most importantly, draw the knockback to the jaw and ear area just like we would a real bow. We no longer need to look ridiculous launching arrows just to get by. The final nail in the coffin? Let's open Oculus Medium. Here we'll lay a stream of clay around our headset. They've enhanced their tracking algorithms so well that we can even manipulate things behind our head. Previously, this would have been impossible. We've pretty much got accurate tracking a full 360 degrees around. Simply put, this lays all arguments to rest. As it once was with the CV1's finicky start with constellation tracking, it looks like the S and the Quest's inside-out tracking will only continue to improve as time goes on. In conclusion, although the S was never intended to be marketed as a Rift 2.0, it's now our opinion that with the 1.38 update, it's close enough that we wouldn't be ashamed to give it that title. The bump in clarity, lenses, and Halo head strap had us really wanting the Rift S to work, and now we are so glad it finally does.